Shalom to Jew and Gentile. This is King David. This is my 20-minute book read highlights. A reading from The Secret History of Human Resets, the Great Mud Flood of 1834, the 1587 Plasma Event, the Biblical Flood, and other historical reset theories by Donnie Davis. Okay, we're on page 107. If you have the book or access to the book, on the line, possibly. Australia. Does Australia have a faked timeline? Well, the whole world's got a fake timeline, man, do you understand? But let's check this out, man. We are given an academic timeline of Christopher Columbus discovering America. But we know he didn't. There was already people there, like we've already learned that now. Webster's 1828 dictionary definition of what an American is. The copper-coloured tribes founded by the Europeans. Also, Christopher Columbus took Louis the Tourist to communicate with the tribes already there. The Aztecs, the Incas, the Mayans, that was you. Okay, people, so-called black man, woman, and confusion of face. And Captain Cook landing in Australia. We are given a mainstream historical narrative complete with illustrations and colourful first-hand accounts. However, what if these mainstream narratives are false? And they are false, people, because you have to remember there was a takeover of all of the indigenous people's lands throughout the world. According to the mud flood theorists, many of the buildings in Australia were already present before the earliest known European populations were said to arrive, challenging the established narrative. The history of Australia, prisoners and gold miners. Mainstream historians tell us that Lieutenant James Cook was the first European to chart the eastern coast of Australia. You're my boy, don't worry, it won't be long. And make a detailed map of the region in 1770. In 1788, Britain declared Australia as a British colony, just taking it upon themselves, just to take the land for themselves, just like the Doctrine of Discovery, going into the people's lands, man, you understand, taking it for their own, man. When a fleet of ships led by Captain Arthur Phillip arrived at Sydney Cove in what is now New South Wales. Hey, you're doing well, Marcel, I'm very proud of you, man. Well done for your patience. Almost done now. Britain used Australia as a penal colony to relieve overcrowding in British prisons. Britain transported convicts to this distant land where they could be put to work. In the following decades, more convicts were sent to Australia, and free settlers established farms, businesses, and towns. Mama, don't worry, my boy. The colony expanded gradually, with new settlements established in Tasmania, South Australia, Victoria, Queensland, and Western Australia. In this 1850s, a significant quantities of gold were discovered in Victoria, New South Wales, and other parts of Australia. The discovery of gold led to a surge in population as people flocked to the gold fields in search of riches. The gold rush also brought new technologies, infrastructure, and economic growth to Australia, which helped shape the country's development in the decades that followed. Autonomous parliamentary democracies were established throughout the 6 British colonies in the mid-19th century. New South Wales, Victoria, Queensland, South Australia, Western Australia, and Tasmania united to form the Commonwealth of Australia. The colonies voted by referendum to unite in an federation in 1901, and modern Australia came into being. So just separate corporations deciding to work together, but obviously the same people, but just different bits of the land which they took. In my notes, I've put Indigenous peoples of Australia are the Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people. There are approximately 500 distinct Aboriginal nations, each with their own language and traditions, alongside and distinct culture of the Torres Strait Islanders, who are seafaring people from the island between Queensland and Papua New Guinea. And I put in etymology, Australia actually means southerly lands. Okay. So it could also be referred to the lands past the Antarctic Ice Wall, man. Southerly lands, man. But yeah, that's what Australia actually means. And from my research and my studies, I believe that Australia is the land of Ham. Okay. So originally it was Ham's land, and it just got seized by the colonisers. I have also reason to believe that some of the people in India are possibly Hamitic. Okay. They actually come from the original looking, well, not necessarily, because some of the ones in India are also similar, look very similar to the ones in the indigenous in Australia. If you look, but it's just slightly different. You understand? Like maybe they're mixed with a different tribes or something as well, to give them a different look. But I believe that they are the same people. Like, you understand? Some of them, and possibly some in the Philippines as well. Possibly. Between 1788 and 1868, the British government transported over 162,000 convicts to Australia. Okay, people. So, yeah, so we know that Australia doesn't belong to the people who dwell there now, who say it's theirs. It's just all separate corporations, man. In sense, it's just corporations, man. It belongs to the indigenous peoples in the Australias. It should be given back to them, man. Understand? Just like our land should be given back to us. All the indigenous people's lands should be returned back to them, man. Anyway, that's King David's 20-minute book highlights, man. Hope you enjoyed it. Just a quick one today, man. It's going to keep flowing like water. Actually, if you don't, man, you'll become stagnant, yeah. You'll stay still and become stagnant, man. And that's you're not useful to anybody, man. You got to keep flowing. Steady and easy, man. Keep on keeping on steady and easy, man. Every day, little steps. And eventually, you'll achieve your goal at the end, man. Anyway, till next time from King David, Shelley in.